Hey Bobcats, today I'm going to show you how to do slides 8 and 9 for your interactive notebook. And again, some of you are on paper and some of you are digital, so I'll try to give both instructions and be as comprehensive as possible. The assignment should be added to your stream, but if you cannot find it on your stream or if you're watching this later for whatever reason, in Google Classroom, please go to Classwork. Once you've clicked on classwork, you're going to scroll down to find the assignment that says How Scientists Communicate, page 8 and 9. So this is digitally 8 and 9, and this is in your paper notebook 8 and 9. Here are the instructions. I know it's tempting to skip the instructions and just ask me in class or ask one of your other teachers in class, but you should read the instructions. So we are giving you slide 8. Slide 8 looks like this. When you look at slide 8, it is giving you sentence starters or sentence frames for the way scientists communicate. You have a claim, evidence, and reason. This is the same way that you should be talking in ELA. This is the same way you should be talking in social science. This is the same way you should be talking in math. This is the way you should be communicating so that you are heard and understood. So you're going to take slide 8 that I've given you and simply copy the slide. So right click, copy, or if you click on the slide all the way to the left and you do your Control V, you're going to insert that slide completely into your notebook so that when I look at your completed notebook, it looks just like this. If you are doing this on paper, by no means do I want you to spend all the time writing all of these. So instead, what you're going to do is pick 2 from claim, evidence, and reason that you are going to write in your notebooks and say, I'm going to commit to trying to use these when I'm speaking with my peers in class or as I move forward in education. If you are doing this digitally, then you are going to highlight the ones that you are going to try to use. And you need to pick 2 from claim, evidence, and reason as well. So I might say blank is correct because that seems like an easy one that I can legitimately follow. And let's do, for example, that's supporting claim with evidence. I noticed. Okay, I'm going to say as a science student, those are 2 that I'm going to work on. So when you turn this into me, even though I've given you this slide, it's still your responsibility to pick 2 of those that you're going to attempt to use in communication. That's slide 8. Copy, put in your notebook, highlight the ones that you are committing to using. Do not ask me for access to this because then that means you didn't copy it correctly. If you're not sure how to copy it, go back and watch the beginning part of this video again. Now for the assignment. For slide 9, you are going to address one of 4 prompts that we are giving you. And the 4 prompts are here in a Google Draw. So choose one of the following questions to answer as a scientist. You need to use claim, evidence, and reason in your comic to answer the question to the best of your ability. I will be looking for the use of sentence starters and sentence frames like we just discussed. Getting the answer correct is less important than honing in your communication skills. So question 1. How can having 100 trillion microorganisms on and in the human body keep us healthy? That is one question you could answer. Or question 2, how do the trillions of cells in the human body get what they need to function? And what do the cells do with the things they absorb? Or you could answer, why do traits vary? And why do they vary between parents and offspring and among siblings? Or finally, question 4, what determines the air temperature of a location on Earth? So step 1, choose which one you are going to attempt to answer. You are going to copy the question that you attempt to answer and put it into How Scientists Communicate slide. This is a Google slide that was assigned to all of you. So you will open that up and you will add your question here where it says put the text in the box there. So whichever question you picked from the Google Draw needs to go right here in this box. And these are all editable for you. The science teachers took a question and we answered one together as an example so that you could look at our example. And that example is right here. So we answered the question, which we didn't give you because we don't want you copying exactly what we did. We answered the question, why do things change temperature? And we tried to answer this using the vocabulary that we feel middle school students would be inclined to use. So here I am, and it's raining on my head, my poor Bitmoji, and there's lightning. And I wrote, I think things change temperature because heat is always moving. I think is from my sentence starter. I have too many boxes open now. I think is from my sentence starter slide. Okay. So I think, you could also put I notice. So I think things are always things change temperature because heat is always moving. And then Miss Colunga says, well, how do you know? So then Miss Villanueva gave us evidence of based on the simulation we did in class, because once we start with Amplified, we will be using quite a few simulations. We saw molecules moving based on the amount of kinetic energy they have. And then for reasoning down here, I have Miss Guerrero, and she's saying, I agree because when ice melts, molecules move away from each other. So you don't have to have a Bitmoji to do this. You don't need to add your Bitmoji in, but it does allow you the creativity of expressing yourself. You do need to have different colors. Claim is red, evidence is green, reasoning is yellow. You need to have your question, and you need to underline the sentence starter or the sentence frame that you are using, and it should flow like a conversation. Okay? So as you work through that, please let me know if you have any questions or concerns, but that is slide 8 and 9. To review, for slide 8, you are just copying it and putting it into your notebook and then highlighting the sentence starters that you're going to try using in class and in your life because it makes you a better communicator. And then for slide 10, I've assigned it in Google Classroom where you have your own copy. There that was. Where you have your own copy. You're going to complete it here, turn it into me. I will grade it, and then you're going to put it in with the rest of your notebook so that your comprehensive notebook is all together.